You're listening to another podcast with Jackalmen Games.
Well trained, my young apprentice. They will be no match for you.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet. He is here.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Go for Papa Palpatine.
You have a collect call from
Darth Vader.
I gotta take this. Hold on. Vader, how's my favorite Sith? Whoa. Just slow down. Huh? What do you mean they blew up the Death Star? Oh, who's they? What the hell is an aluminum falcon?
Hey, and welcome to another podcast of Jackalmen Games. I'm your host, Stonegood. I'm here with my good friend Eric, also known as Maul Strikes Back. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
I'm excited about today. Today's going to be a good day. Today is a coffee chat. It's a chill Monday evening after a long day of real life work. And now it's time to talk about some Destiny, bruh.
Oh, snap.
So, I hope you've noticed, if you're listening to this, I hope you noticed that we've been doing the 25 days of Jackalmas here on our channel. We've been pumping out content every day. Articles, videos, vlogs, car vlogs. Sorry. Honestly, sarcastic, sorry. And tournament reports. And soon to be some new content. But speaking of new content, hold on. We have added these new formats to our channel. It used to be, like me and Ashton just doing Cantinas or gameplays or Build Destroys, which we haven't done in forever, which I kind of want to start. But since we brought Eric on, we've started getting more into the live video vlogs, the vlogs, man. So I want to talk to you, Eric. Have you enjoyed doing this? Loaded question. Have you enjoyed doing this?
Yeah, man. I'm a super expressive kind of person, so to be able to express my thoughts and my feelings and my love for the game and do things with James of that sort every day, is awesome, and to be able to share with the crowd just feels amazing.
Well, and also we've asked you before to be like, hey, can you write an article? And you're like,
I can make video.
Yeah, like making a video, I feel is more your speed, because sitting down to write something for I know for myself that's been something that I haven't wanted to do, is sit down and type something.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Like, I love articles. I like reading them, supporting them and stuff. And it's like, generally I'll have stuff I want to write about, but I'd rather just sit down and talk to you. You know what I mean?
So yeah, exactly. So the vlogs and the tournament reports are kind of like your articles. They just are in video form.
Right, yeah.
So you've brought a lot to the table, and it's been very exciting having you as a friend and co-creator here on Jackalmen Games. And we've been talking about like what the future holds for us. Definitely after Jackalmas, we are going to slow down a little bit. We're probably going to stick to a 2 or 3 posts a week schedule, because this every day, I mean, like, I don't want to say it's difficult or tiring, but it definitely is having an effect on our social lives, which is not, I'm not complaining. It's super fun and it's super exciting to be doing this every day, but we always,
it just takes a toll.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not crying. I'm
Yeah,
having fun.
there's always a price, but we chose this because we love our audience and we love our community. So.
Yeah, and it goes like without saying that before December, me and Ashton were really low key. Like I was moving. I mean, like I was still getting through like all the craziness of marriage and combining households and bought a new car and car accidents and this and all that stuff. So life was up in the air, and then finally things started to settle down right around December. And Ashton and I had this kooky idea, and happily Jeff and James and Eric were there with us to go on this one post a day adventure. Something in the future that we have in store for you that me and Eric here were playing with was Dr. Maul.
Dr. Maul.
Do you
Yes.
do you do you want to sign yourself up for Dr. Maul? You want to say it live on a podcast?
Yeah, man, sure. So the idea of Dr. Maul is, and what I've kind of represented for the team for the past like couple weeks or so, going to these big tournaments like regionals or Mary Sipness or wherever it was. Kevin or somebody would just be like, "Hey, I want a deck around so and so," and I would just, come up with decks, making it as competitive as possible. Because not everybody, it's not a shot at anybody or anything like that, but some people, that's not their strong suit, or they don't see things because they haven't been as competitive in the game, or they've been out of the game for a little bit, or they haven't had access to a certain format in the game. So building can be kind of difficult, and it's what I love to do. It's my favorite part of the game is building. And so what we're doing is on our Discord, we've already started asking for ideas of decks that people haven't quite got to work out, or that they would like to work out in some sort of way, character wise or whatever it may be. And I'm going to start building them as competitive as possible, but mostly fun competitive, like a competitive deck that you can have fun with, that you can enjoy, that you can make your own, and make videos with them, and share them to the world that it was your idea.
Yeah. So it stemmed from this. I wish I could remember which team it was, but there was a Yu-Gi-Oh team that on TCG Player they would post, and they
Something
probably
McLeod, wasn't it? Something McLeod.
I have no idea. I can't remember, but I feel like they probably still do it. But they would post deck doctors, so it'd be like, I want to put this crazy idea and this crazy idea together, and I want to make it a mill deck. And the guy's like, okay, let's take a step back for a second. and
Yeah.
then and then he'd work on the deck, and so they'd send him a proposed list and he'd edit it, and this is all in an article format, so it's paragraphs and writings, which is not our favorite thing, the two of us.
Yeah.
And then he would be like, these are the changes that I made, and this is how well it performed with my testing. And as a player, those were the decks that I gravitated towards. I was like, I just saw a deck doctor on this deck, and this is really kooky and crazy, and I want to try it, and it's fun, and it's gonna sideswipe some people. And half the time it didn't.
But you had fun.
But I enjoyed myself, because it's like, how many people are playing this combination of cards? And that's it's like a fingerprint, really. So we wanted to take that idea and your ideas and just kind of make them, finish them for you, I guess, or get them to a place where they're playable and fun and enjoyable, all with your idea behind the deck still intact. So I'm not sure how we're going to release them, or like we still need to work out those bugs, but it's going to be fun. We have some really good decks coming in on Discord. If you want to put in a deck, go to jackalmengames.com, click on join our Discord. There's no like Patreon lockout limit. There's a channel called Deck Builds, and people are just dumping decks in there. Like, I like this idea, I like that idea, and then me and Eric here have to sift through them and figure out what we're doing. Is there
Yes, sure.
is there anything that caught your eye since then?
Yeah, actually, hold on. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. There was one I was super excited to kind of get into.
I know for me personally, the Hera deck caught my eye.
What did you have it under deck builds?
It was under deck builds, yeah. Pardon me while I check my phone.
Right. No, yeah, there's I see that the Hera Yoda L3 deck, but as well as the Mother Talzin loose and something yellow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was his idea. Was Lucy or Loose, Mother Talzin, and then possibly Greedo. I think that would be kind of fun to explore. Well, anyways,
Oh, yeah.
we'll talk about that on the side, but yeah. And another thing to put you on the spot about Eric is that when you first joined, you and James posted these very popular gameplays of Thoron Snoke versus Vader Jawa. And they were IRL gameplays on the game mat or the game table that Ashton built for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And they are close to 900 views. At least one of them is. And you guys are talking about wanting to do that more often. Is there any news that you'd like to give our listeners?
Yeah, so actually, me and James are going to. We're actually in the process of transitioning into a new house, and once we get everything set up there, we're going to be able to build and record more IRL gameplays, like testing for regionals and all kind of stuff like that, and then we'll be able to hopefully get our shop Fanatics set up like we did those other ones, and be able to get our whole team a part of it, and hopefully you guys will have some enjoyable content.
Yeah, so if you want to support their at-home building and all that stuff, we do have a Patreon. If you do want to support us getting them a webcam and other recording software, and I don't know if you have it, what do they call it? The thing that holds the camera above the head.
Oh, the tripod?
The tripod, but it goes overhead. The overhead tripod, I guess, is the best way to describe it right now. But that's where we're considering putting our Patreon funds to put it back into our content to give it to you guys. So just let us know in the comments below.
So that's something you guys want to see. Feel free. We would super love. Me and James. I mean, I know personally would love to bring you guys that content.
So I just got to say that we have two listener engagement. Okay, good. Wrote that down. Join our Discord, join our Patreon. So recently, the most recent piece of content that came out with you in it was your Mary Smithmas adventure.
Yes.
Can you dive deep on your Mary Smithmas adventure?
Yes. Mary Smithmas was a fun tournament. Or I say fun tournament, but there was a lot of like high caliber players there from the South for us. They weren't able to go to regionals and stuff. It was put together to be a fun tournament, but we had a huge turnout. It was really great. Had a great time. There was like custom mats and all kind of stuff. We had 5 rounds, and I actually took. Do you want me to plug the deck, or do you want to wait?
Please plug the deck.
Okay, so I played the Dark Place, which was Boba Snoke, and I went 4-1, and I got 4th place, which the Adam Hudson, our friend, who's been on other ones before, he got 1st place. He was undefeated. He was playing Yoda Boss. Duplo Padawans got 2nd place, that was my only loss. And then Lake, who's been featured on the channel in the deck tech, and he also won the Ohio. No, yeah, I think he won the Ohio region. No, he won the New Mexico regional. And that this past weekend, he got 3rd with DJ Snoke. So it was super exciting, and it was the competition was heavy.
Well, it certainly sounds like it, but I kind of want to backtrack a little bit. So James ran something that was featured on our channel that I was running, which was Thrawn Wolf, which
Mhm.
I named Happy Place because I got a lot of validation from the Kylo Wolf deck topping
Right.
for many reasons, and I wanted to play it, and we've talked about it and all this stuff, and so I named it Happy Place because it made me really happy. And on
Mhm.
your day of testing, you brought in Snoke Boba, right?
Mhm.
And you were telling me that you were not happy because the testing wasn't working out so well. So that's how Snoke Boba got the name Dark Place, just to be like the counter of Happy Place.
Yeah. So funny story. I was like with the moving and everything. I was just like so overwhelmed, and Kevin's like my go-to call guy to like calm me down and stuff. And I had lost 5 in a row to Deanna, who got who was on our team that got top 4 at the Marietta, Georgia regional, and I actually ended up facing her deck that I was 0-5 against in round 5, and I actually won the game. So it was super stressful.
You, I'm super proud of that too. Also, Deanna has the most live deck tech videos on Jackalmen Games right now. So
I mean, her decks are good. She's a crazy good. Like her mind when it comes to deck building is so unique. Um, Me and her like love to get together and talk about like the ideas, and we kind of like work off each other, so it works out really great.
So yeah, so just because you were talking about all the decks that did really well, she was running Kira Rex, you were running Snoke Boba, James was running
That's place.
Thrawn Wolf. Wait, did I misspeak?
No, yeah, no, I was saying, yeah, he was running Happy Place, and
Oh,
then
Happy
Lance
Place.
he was running Jin Cassian.
Jin Cassian, and then on that same day, since it was the weekend, there was regionals happening.
Right.
There was one in Arizona, there was one in North Dakota, there was one in Carolinas
North Carolina.
or Hampshire or
I know there was one in North Carolina. That's the one where
yeah.
the Shadowcaster won.
So I mean, and then those reports were pouring in this weekend. You talked about Duplo Padawan, which was your only loss. Duplo Padawan topped an event somewhere. It's like the 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 meta has been shook up since that balance to the force, which was really exciting. And I'm so glad that you got to see it personally. Like you went to a 20-player event or more, and you got to see it in action. Because just a little like behind the scenes, we were thinking about doing a podcast about the balance of the force and the spoilers and all that stuff, but like we didn't want to add to the noise, and it was too much going on, and I really don't like speculation. I don't like being the guy that's like, "Hey man, I really think that this deck's going to be really good," and I don't like doing that. So I want to talk facts. So the fact is,
Effects.
things got different. Do you think that now that this weekend happened, do you think people are going to start settling on decks now, and that the meta is going to balance a little bit more?
Um, Actually, so yes and no. I think there is a somewhat defined meta, but I feel like where we stand currently is a wide open field. It's kind of like the Hunger Games. Like you just have everyone from every kind of situation, and somebody's gonna win. That's just how. I mean, there's no auto win deck. Like, because we had a lot of Yoda Bosch, and while it did win the event, when it came to like, there was only one. No, there was only 2 in the top 8. You know,
Yeah.
and there was the winner, and like one towards the bottom of top 8.
Yeah, and Afra took the day in one of those regionals. I remember that. There was it was a Snoke. Was it Snoke? I don't remember. But Afra topped in one of those regionals, which is surprising. There was a lot of bitter rivalry decks coming to the top too. People still playing Snoke. It's just fun to see. So, I mean, we haven't really done our full diehard research on this event, so on these events. So we'll come back at you with more on a later podcast. So We're only 20 minutes in, man. Anything else you want to talk about? I mean, I'm a quick podcaster. I don't like long ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that we can hit on real quick. There is, so we decided last week, if you guys noticed that we didn't have a podcast last week, we kind of wanted to take a step back and just kind of like let things play out, like I do believe Kevin has already stated. But in that time, the spoilers came out.
Oh, yeah, I have that written down in here. Are we gonna end on this? Is this gonna be our ending?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, I also had some things I want to talk about with James and things like that.
Oh, okay. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So wait until the James thing.
Yeah. Anything you want to do, man. It's your
He's
podcast.
like, open your mouth and just go. That sounded wrong. That's so right. Anyway. Yeah. So before we started the podcast and everything, you were asking me, what's life like with James, like us getting into the game, and where that kind of puts us, and questions like that. Did you have any specific ones that you wanted me to answer about, or just kind of go into it?
I mean, you're kind of, I forget what we were talking about earlier, actually. So start talking and maybe I'll get reminded.
Okay. Well, I was super fortunate to actually stumble across Jackalmen games through James. I've known James I met him actually this year. He's worked at Fanatics at our game store for a long time though, but I never like talked to him. We kind of just hit it off immediately. Became like super close. We're basically family now, and I can honestly say that like he has piqued he is part of the reason that like my interest in this game is so high, and I do believe that like I also attribute him to why I'm as successful as I have been as a player. Because James is an accomplished player. His mind is very unique. You guys can read his articles. You can see like his toppings. Like that's like a pizza. I'm hungry, man.
Yo, I got some pizza in the fridge if you want to come up to Jersey.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll be right there.
I got meat lover Sicilian, so it's Doughy, Saucy, and Meaty.
What is it, like 19 hours? Doug, I got this.
Dude, drive fast.
Vroom. Anyways. But no. Yeah, so me and James all the time, we help each other build any deck. He'll ask my input, I'll ask his input. And basically, like, we're two peas in a pod. We do mention Yu-Gi-Oh! Quite a bit on our podcast. I've realized that we're 2 for 2 now.
Yeah, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the best.
Yeah, and so I mean, a lot of people are familiar with like Billy Brake and Jeff Jones. How Jeff Jones would build the decks, and then Billy Brake would be like the better player. But like they would both top, but Billy would be like the best in the nation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like sometimes that's how me and James are. Like I definitely give him the hands up on the playing side. Like I do believe like he's a better player. And I really thoroughly enjoy building, and that's always what I've been good at. And so I think it's just a relationship that works out. That's really great. He hasn't super done well, but he's been kind of like playing around. Not in the regional. It was kind of me and him actually kind of argued about like our list, because I built the Shadow Caster that Deanna got top 4 with, and he went 3-3 with his. So
I mean, that's a good testament to like I build better than you.
Yeah, but it's not in a rude way.
No, yeah.
Like, it's kind of like he was like, I don't feel like C3PO is like needed in the deck, and I looked at him and I was like, you have mild autism. It's okay.
Oh my god. No way. No, oh my god.
No, I wasn't.
I know. But
We say a lot more.
I don't
vulgar
think we
things.
can say the other words that we were gonna say later now.
Yeah, we can.
No, by the way, we're both rated PG-13, so the two of us allow us to say one F word
Autism
each.
isn't a
No,
bad
I know,
word.
but this the context that of which it was used in.
No, that's see, no. It's
Unless
okay.
unless that is a true statement by his doctor or physician.
Have you met James?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if this is I mean, we need to stretch it a little bit, but I don't know.
Oh, I'll stretch it all right.
Anyways, now we're in phone call mode. It took 25 minutes for us to get into our phone call. So you were saying that your strengths are deck building and that you enjoy playing with James and that you're better than him, essentially. Because he has a birth.
No,
he has
I'm
a-
not better than him. I said that he's better than me. I'm just better at deck building.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally misunderstood. Thank you for clarifying for me and the audience as well.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah.
dude, do you just wanna like spread the love on the Jackalmen in the audience? You wanna just do that?
What do you mean?
You wanna like give a shout out to each Jackalmen with me real quick, and then we'll close out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, I got a mad shout out to Ashton, my boy Ashton. Coming up on our year anniversary, or actually we passed our year anniversary of friendship. But we're coming up in about a month to the year anniversary of Jackalmen Games. So it's been crazy, Ashton. It's been awesome. Things have gone up and down. And we finally settled. I don't think he minds if I share this, but he called me about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and he was like, "Dude, my life's getting crazy. I think I need to take a back seat." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. I'll step up. No problem." So since he said that, he has created more content than he has and has been in contact with me more often than ever. So taking a step back for Ashton is taking a step up.
I was about to say, well, I also feel like kind of him taking a step back means like you're the decision maker while he doesn't have to like we don't have to wait on him.
Dude,
Like,
yeah, it's true. Can I make a shout out to George W. Bush right now?
Yeah.
Uh,
Rest in peace.
no, not W.H. Bush, W. Bush, the son.
Either way.
I'm the decider. If you remember that at all, that was like his big quote
Mhm.
for all those people that are like 5 years older than me that listen or more. So the 30s and ups. Do you have
Old.
a shout out for somebody else?
I do have a shout out. I want to give a shout out to our main man Jeff. I love Jeff, man. His personality is just like off the wall. Like it's calm, but it's like great. You know what I mean? He's been doing like great with his articles of the past and everything, and kind of chiming in on being a good sport about, hey, I can get some games in. Hey, what do you need me to do? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's been really great, and
We
I'm
finally got
excited.
to feature him in a gameplay though. So the Riddle Me Thises that are coming out this week is Ashton versus Jeff. So, and you guys are in the background too, which is crazy. It's like it's a menage a trois of Riddle Me This Jackalmen Games.
It's with a honey in the middle. There's some leeway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jeff's the honey. I have a shout out for James. James started his own gameplays on TTS too. James always, like, when he first started with us, he seemed like he just wanted to be an article writer, but he has like stepped out of the article realm and is now in videos and probably soon to be podcast with us. We podcast on Mondays and he's working, but I'm sure that we can always feature him or any of the other Jackalmans Jackalmen. It's my brand, I should know.
Hey man, I just work here.
Yeah, I know. I'm just upset at myself. And do you have a shout out for? Let's now do the community because we shout out each other. So.
Do you have one specifically?
I do. I just want to say shout out to all the people on Discord that have given us ideas for the deck doctors. Hold on, I'll name them by name.
There you go.
So
I had them pulled up.
shout out to Josh from Gaming in the Middle Age, Impulse 411, Irish Viking, R2DTAT, Hessian Sack, who I think is an Australian, by the way. Shout out to our friends down under. And Cat. So and soon to be more. Oh, and Green Snap just sent us one too. Oh. Did you see that one?
Oh yeah, dude. Afra Price with armored reinforcement and landing dock.
Lots of ships.
That's a lot of ships. I did want to shout out a content creator real quick. I was actually talking with him today quite a bit, getting to know him. He took the time, to like get back to me and just conversate, and it was really nice. Shout out to our guy Monk.
Ah.
Yeah, Monk is really good people.
He is really good people. I'm so glad to have him back. Like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We faded, but we're back now.
But yeah, and so me and him were talking, and I'm super excited. He said that he's gonna try to see us at Worlds.
Yes,
which I'm also excited about.
I actually am starting to save $100 a paycheck for Worlds. So
I'll try to do that once we get settled into our house and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and that's gonna take a couple months. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. But with our current situation, hopefully everything just goes. It's already hit its lows, and hopefully just gets higher and higher from here. Did you want to transition into our last little piece that we're going to do?
Yeah, I do. And one last shout out to you, the listener, for listening this far. Love you guys. So our last thing is a game that you played in middle school with the popular girls in the back when they finally let you talk to them, because they just wanted to laugh at you and your choices. So it's a game that I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say the bad word. Fluff.
Can I say the bad word?
You can say it, but this is just, you get it to say it once. So pick your spot. It's Fluff, Marry, and then Kill. And we wanted to play it with the spoilers, specifically the characters. So the characters that released were Jabba the Hutt, Captain Phasma, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, General Grievous, First Order Stormtrooper, a droid. And did I miss anybody?
Satine.
Satine. Oh, Satine. Okay. Sorry. Anybody else?
Well, we know your answer.
I guess it's like a little bit of.
Phasma? Did you say Phasma?
I said Phasma, and just like a little bit of an overview of why. Of why you pick it, just like a little time. We just want to play. We just want to have some fun. That's all.
Yeah, and this is all on the spot, guys. Like we haven't made up.
Yeah, I'm actually pulling up the spoilers right now so I can be reminded.
I'm just gonna go off of my head, dude. They're just gonna come off the dome.
Okay, so do you want to? So it's Fluff, Marry, Kill. Do you want to name your three, or do you want to just name them FMK? Like you name your F, I name my F. You name your M, I name my M. How do you want to do this?
We can do the F and then F and then.
Okay, so you want to take turns? Okay. So do you want to play rock paper scissors shoot to see who goes first?
Yeah, we can do that.
You can't see me.
I was just gonna say whatever better.
Okay. I'll go first. Okay. So my Fluff is Mace Windu.
Oh my god. Want to explain why?
Because I can't say it on the podcast, but if you are smart and thinking like me, because I'm
It,
the
it
smart
has
one.
to do with ethnicity.
Oh, stop it. It also has to deal with his shoe size. So that's why I
Leave that man's socks alone.
didn't know what they say about big shoes, big
stuff.
feet. Anyways, your turn.
All right. So, you know, I'm fucking Grievous.
You said it. That's your one. You can't say it anymore.
And
Can you explain why?
what them hands do.
With them hands? Yeah, some bionic hands.
But he has 4 of them.
Oh,
And
that's
feet.
true.
And feet. That grip stuff.
And he could be on his motorcycle too. He's a bad boy.
I feel like this isn't PG-13 anymore.
No, it's PG-13, but I just like it. You know, have you watched Bad News Bears at all?
Yes.
The original Bad News Bears? Like,
Yes.
okay, you know that guy, Casey?
Mm-hmm.
Grievous is Casey.
For sure.
Dude.
Yep.
He smokes cigarettes at 12 and rides a motorcycle through a baseball field. That is Grievous.
I mean, he knows how to handle those poles and stuff.
Yeah, all those Jedi poles, you know, the electric pole, like those. Anyways, so I'm gonna marry Satine because
Cop out.
no. The reason why is because she feels like a recolored, rebalanced, better costed Mon Mothma. And Mon Mothma is my true Galaxy Far, Far Away crush, besides Padme. So, because of what she represents to me, I wanna be forever with Satine. And she makes that money, though.
Okay. Well, you know, I'm gonna marry my girl Phasma.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's Bae. He's I like him mean and stern.
Yeah. Okay. So, spoiler alert for you: is she alive?
Oh, shut up.
Is she alive? Is she alive in the movies? Is she going to Boba us?
Is she going to Boba us?
Yeah, is she alive? Is she gonna like crawl out of the Sarlacc pit?
I don't know, man.
No.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways. So, and then you got to pick your thing, your person to kill. I mean, I think I'm gonna kill Jabba because nobody asked for a third Jabba. So, bye, bud.
Me personally, I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for this, but I'm gonna kill Obi-Wan.
What?
Cause I'm just tired of him.
No.
I mean, if you haven't noticed, like I'm having an affair with Grievous.
Well, okay, so you're just dark side. You're just dark side affiliated. You like Maul. You hate. Okay, so that understands why you don't like.
I didn't say anything about Mace. Listen.
I didn't say. Did I say Mace? I said Maul.
No, you said dark side.
But you like the dark side.
I'm not, oh God, come on, Kevin.
I'm sorry if I'm missing something.
You totally are.
Okay.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. We're fine.
Okay. Sorry, everybody, that I'm not on the same track.
We're okay.
Yo, okay, so I have one stupid question because I'm finally like looking really close at this Jabba the Hutt picture.
Well, first of all, there's no such thing as a stupid question.
Sorry. So it has a picture of Boba in the background. Are you not allowed to pair him with Boba because then you'll technically have 2 Bobas on the field?
What do you mean?
Because if you look at the Jabba the Hutt artwork, there's Boba just standing at his right side. So are you allowed to like pair him? Wait, I don't even know his cost. I might be being really silly.
I mean, you can pair him with him because besides point cost.
Oh, they're costed appropriately. Okay, good.
Well, I was gonna say because it doesn't have Boba in the title.
I was trying to be not funny, and it worked, okay?
Yeah, dude, you ruined it. You ruined it.
All right, let's close this out. You ready?
Yeah, man.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to another Jackalmen Games podcast where Eric and Kevin try really hard, but ultimately end up just being silly, giggly monsters. Um, join us on our Discord. Join us on our YouTube channel. Join us on our website for articles and spoilers when they come out for the spoilers proxies that Ashton worked so hard to make. Just a gentle and kind reminder: the everything that is from across the galaxy that is in TTS is handmade by Ashton. Like, Ashton is the reason why you're playing with them on TTS. I'm sure somebody else would pick up the slack if he didn't do it, but just mad props to our Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, Ashton. So, thanks for listening, and catch you next time.
Peace.
Bye.